Okay, so this one I found probably 2 years ago, and I put it aside out front after a while to get back to it. But like the other ones, the landscapers took them and pushed them aside somewhere because I started putting rocks all around to try to make the place look nicer because they started to let it go with the planting and flowers, which I'll make a video and show you that when the flowers start coming up. So anyway, this whole top, you couldn't see this beautiful green and stuff in here. So this whole thing had this really hard covering of black on it, and some down in here and around the sides, which I'm going to show you. These crevices are really cool stuff in there, but I wanted to get you a show of the top. So what this is, I thought it is calcite or fluorite. Now anything that's carbonate or calcium will dissolve in acid, will start foaming and fizzing away. Vinegar too, it will literally dissolve. This wasn't doing it, but then when I noticed after a while, bubbles started to form on it. So what I think it is, fluorite, barite, calcite, and a couple other ones can form in like cube-like structures and rectangles and stuff like that. So I think this is just packed down so tight, because if you see here, I don't know if it's hard, if you can see with the lighting. Let me take this piece off because I broke it and chipped it, but it's cool. It shows the green underneath. So you can see, camera focuses, you can see how they're like rectangles. Dang, my camera doesn't focus all that well. So they're like rectangles. So anyway, I think it's packed in real tight. So I think it pretty much is calcite. The only other thing it could have been would be fluorite. I'm going to show you why I think that in a minute. Here, give you a little piece of that. So they form in all different kinds of geometry. That's how crystals form in a geometric structure. So you can see the cool coloring, the orangey, the clear, and that cool green. Now again, I'm in the house, so the sun brings it out a lot more. So I'm pretty sure it's calcite because I have calcite pieces, and they'll dissolve. Now, let's see if I can show you this. Start with this side. Ah, dang, it's not focusing like I want it to. See if I can get in a picture. Anyway, there's cubes. These are all little cubes. Now they're packed in, and they're not like the top, but they're outwards. Let's see if I can get this. They're clear, and the camera with the lighting. So you might be, there we go. So you can see they're cubes. Now fluorite also does cubes. Now I didn't want to leave it in acid just in case all of a sudden it started to fizz a lot. But you can see those cube structures on the right side of the screen. And you can see them towards the middle in that crevice. They're cube upon cube. Really cool. And in here, probably can't see deep in there, but there's a giant rectangle one. Not a giant, but it's probably about a ½ an inch long. And then some other ones. Just hard because of the lighting. So that's really cool that I was able to get... Yeah, that's better right there. That's a lot better. Now, of course, if you found a specimen like this, it's still pretty cool because it's a giant chunk of crystal and it's got colors, peach, orange, and that green. And then it's got these crystals in it, which I don't know why. Sometimes it focuses, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why my camera does that, like why it focuses perfect sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. Well, anyway, I wanted to show you that and how awesome that was. So I found it again outside and I cleaned it up, and there's some more of that green. Really cool. It's heavy too. It's on a base of quartz, shiny quartz, and like a marbly type base. But see, you can see now the structure of it when it's broken. You can see that shine and that structure. But those cubes are really cool, huh? Now the greatest thing would be to find something where the whole structure is cube, like you saw in the pictures for these guys. Have those cubes structured out, bigger cubes and structured all over, would be an awesome find. But still, this is still really, really cool. Right? Hold on one second. So I paused it so you can try to see the cubes better. Again, they're clear, so they're hard to really see. but I think you can see the one on the bottom probably the best right there. And then that whole cluster is actually cubes. They're cube upon cube. All right, now wait till you see this. So Dad will probably like this the best, I think. Or maybe Mom, I don't know. You guys know what this is? Before I tell you? I'm sure Dad knows. Mom probably knows. This was outside. And wait till you see the next one. And I brought it in, I cleaned it, and I want to show you some cool things. So this is made of calcite, carbonate, calcium. And it is along the side of the building. I don't know how it got there, who put it there or why. But it is coral. And again, without the focus, I don't know if you can see the coral-like structured tubes coming out. Yeah, you can. You can see the holes and the bubbles. So how cool is that? I bleached it. It looks exactly the same. The bleach didn't make it this color. It took some of the green moss and stuff off of it. But this is a whole giant cool chunk of coral, which is cool because some of my crystals look like seashells and coral themselves. So when I put them in my boxes and display, I get a nice beachy type look to it. And I'm going to show you what I found inside this in a minute. I want to show you, let me pause you and get it. So they're tiny, but they're whole tiny little clam shells. Or I guess that's what they would be called. This one is whole still, and it was in the coral, and that one, again, in the camera's not helping all that much, but let's see. That one's broke, and this one, I don't understand why the camera does that. Anyway, dang it. It's a beautiful little shell. Now, they were all hidden inside there. Now, check this one out. Okay, this one is really cool. Again, it was out front against the building, and I guess, you know, we have our dirt and everything out here is filled with rocks, little rocks, big rocks. It's like sand and then tons and tons of rocks. Everywhere you dig around here, everything is rocks. Coral again. It was more red. I bleached it, turned into this nice pink. I'll take some nice pictures of it because this video, for whatever reason, is not picking it up. It's all embedded. Anything you see in white is embedded with shells. And there's a nice shell right there. Then it's got, I don't know what this is called. Dad might know. It's got, like, you know, that coral tube type structure with the holes and the star. And then this white thing, this white cool sea-like structure. There we go. Now the camera's doing it. I don't understand. It must be a lighting thing. See how awesome that is? This is a whole giant chunk of coral. And then in the back, there's like some kind of tube-like animal that was living in there. And some shells. I'm going to try to see if I can get that other one back on camera at this view. See how cool that is? Man, it's awesome. All embedded with shells and everything. And it's got such a cool feel to it and structure. See if that shows any better, but I'm going to show a couple things, Mom, and there we go. See the difference? If you saw it in real life, it's awesome. Just so awesome. Now, check these out. I find these at the lake. Never would have thought I would find something so awesome and big at the lake. This one's totally different. Absolutely totally different. And I don't know if the colors will come out on it, but really nice. And this one's big. Now look, you can see the size of it. There's my thumb. Pretty nice, huh? And this one, every once in a while, they're mostly white with some other color. Every once in a while I find this color. Just so cool. And only certain spots or certain ponds have them, and others don't have them at all, which is real interesting. I like this kind. This is the new one I just found this year. How cool is that, huh? Let's see if I could do this real quick before I shut this video off. This is longer than I wanted, but let's see. At this angle. the colors come out in the shape. It's hard with the crystals because I guess because it reflects off the lighting, so it makes it difficult to pick up the actual true shape and structures. But once again, really, really cool. All right, guys. Mason, what do you think? Want to find stuff like that? Love yous. Bye.